Happy Monday. I hope you're all doing well. I wanted to send along an update. Gosh, I've got a million things on my brain today, so please bear with me if it's a bit here and there and everywhere. That's kind of how my brain is these days. But first off, I'll start by saying, holy smokes, I am so excited. I am recovering, I'm healing, I am doing so much better. Honestly, I couldn't even remember what it felt like to be this healthy. And I know that I'm probably, if I were to guess, maybe only 50% of the way there, which, holy smokes, it gives me so much hope and so much excitement. It's been, oh gosh, it has been a really long road. It's been, 10 years since I got sick, 7 years since I went off work. And those years have been really, really isolating. So I thought maybe I'd just kind of talk about that a little bit. Because as I'm going through my recovery, I'm learning that this is part of it that people don't talk about. The reintroduction back into society. I spent so many years at home in bed on the couch by myself. A big part of my Lyme disease and my babesia is that it really hit my central nervous system. So for a long time, everything was super heightened, everything from, touch, even, sometimes my pants on my legs would be painful. And sound actually hurt me. So for many years I actually had custom earplugs that I wore all the time when I was out, just because the sound would really affect me, and then I would get really fatigued, and the more fatigued I would get, the less I would be able to cope with this, external stimulus like the sound and the touch and the bright lights. And so I spent a lot of my time at home where it was quiet and where I could kind of control those factors that really seemed to affect me. Now that's not my nature. I am super social by nature, and I draw a lot of my energy from other people. So that's been really hard. The isolation has been really tough, and I'm learning now as I'm starting to reintroduce myself into society that it's continuing to be, I guess, to play a role in my recovery, and it's something new that I have to sort of learn how to just learn how to deal with and kind of take in stride. As I said, I've been sort of out of the game for, gosh, we're going to say at least 7 years, between 7 and 10 years, because the years before I went off work weren't that great either. And so now I am 36. I went off work at 28. All my friends who are my age, most of them are married. They've established a career. They have kids. And I really feel like I've kind of lost a pretty critical part of my life. I've been sick for almost a third of my life, which it's crazy. So the position that I find myself in right now is tough. I'm trying to figure out where I kind of fit with things, and we're, just getting used to being back in society again. I've noticed that I've been out of society for so long that I don't even really know what social norms are anymore. So I'm not sure if I'm being socially appropriate or not, which is weird, and I'll just kind of be honest with you about it, because the more people that I talk to who are recovering from Lyme, the more that I see that it's a common issue, and it's something that when you get treatment for Lyme, it's something that's not really addressed. So you're left to kind of bumble your way through. So yeah, it's been interesting, and it's been a bit of a challenge, but I'm embracing it with arms open and just kind of trying to take it as it comes. And I guess the good thing is too with what I've gone through is that as odd as I feel sometimes, because I don't know where I fit and I don't know the social norms anymore, I'm really comfortable with who I am. You know, I am who I am. I've been through the ringer and I'm coming out the other side, and you know, I'm really proud of that, which is pretty cool. I I guess it was just about, well, just over a year ago, that I really fell apart. You know, I had been so proactive about getting healthy, about seeing anybody and everyone I could, prior to that. And last spring, I really struggled. I fell apart, and I felt like if I didn't completely overhaul my life, I felt like I would always be sick. And that's no way to live. Um, so I've spent the entire year, a full year, taking care of myself and putting myself first and putting my recovery first above anything and anyone else. And, you know, it's been the hardest year of my life. There is no question about it. I would not wish this on anybody, and it breaks my heart, because I keep getting messages from people saying, you know, so and so was diagnosed, my friend was diagnosed, my mom was diagnosed, I think my husband has this, you know, I'm calling you because I want to know more about what you've gone through. And it just breaks my heart, because I know there are so many people, who are struggling, and and I know how hard it is to get treatment, and I know how hard it is to live with Lyme. So, ah, it's rough. It's rough. It's pretty cool though, because I'm also gaining a lot more strength, and I have a lot more energy to kind of talk to people about what I've been through and to serve as a resource for people. So certainly, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out, because I would love to chat with you. If there's anything that I can do, I know everybody's Lyme journey is different, but if I can be of any help, please. That's part of doing these posts, is the education piece, because Lyme is still so much. There's so much unknown about Lyme and about the recovery and the treatment, that, you know, any little bit of information that you can get is really helpful. So that's my offer. I'm just putting it out there. So yeah, the mental aspect of it is very strange. I am kind of bumbling my way through it, and but the physical part of it has really come along. I am, holy smokes, my family has seen. So I'm back in Mexico, and my family has since seen me for 2 months, or they hadn't seen me for 2 months, and they have seen such a massive difference. They are super excited with the progress. I am able to do a whole lot more. I have been able to play with my little niece and go out to dinners with my family, you know, things that before I wasn't able to do, without really kind of putting everything else in my life on the back burner. You know, if I knew that I had dinner to go to in 2 days' time, I actually wouldn't do anything for 2 days other than kind of lay in bed and rest up, so that I could do that. And yeah, I would go out, and you know, people would say, "Oh, you look great," but I don't think that they understood kind of the backstory and what went into me having the ability to even go out to dinner. On the flip side, if I made that choice, then I would spend a couple of days also in bed on the other side. So it's you know, I learned to live with it, but it certainly, there was, the quality of life was, it was really crummy. And so it's awesome now to be able to do a lot of these things, and know that I'm not going to be out of commission. You know, there was a time, if I pushed too far, if I pushed my edge too far, I would be 3 weeks in bed. And now I'm able to push my limits, and I'm able to trust that I'm not going to have a massive flare for weeks. Yeah, it might set me back a couple of days, but that's the only way that I'm going to kind of figure out where my limits are right now. So I've been running. I said running. Yes, I didn't even say jogging. I have gone for a few runs since I've been here in Mexico. The weather has been phenomenal, and the dry heat is amazing. It's helping me sweat. It's helping me detox. The weather at home right now is really, really crummy. So it's nice to be here in the sun as well. I'm definitely solar charged and I absolutely benefit from that vitamin D. So it's wonderful to be here. But yeah, I have been running, and the other day I ran 6 kilometers in a row, 6 without stopping. Amazing. I honestly, I couldn't even imagine that happening again to me, period. I didn't think that running would be in my wheelhouse at any point in time. So it's really awesome. It's, gosh, it's exciting. You know, when your life has been chronic illness and crumminess for so long, it's really easy to be grateful. Grateful for small things. You know, I can now lay down at the pool and my arms aren't sore from all of the IVs that I had. You know, that's a big deal for me these days. And um, I'm off my antibiotics now and I have more energy and I'm not nauseated all the time. And um, I'm healing, which is really exciting. So I am not in remission yet, but I am confident 100% that I am on my way and I'm super, super excited about it. So I guess that's it for now. I know it's a bit of a long one and a bit rambly in all directions, but that seems to kind of be how my life is now. And I want to, well, I just want to share my experiences with those of you who know me and those of you who don't. Hopefully it will help you if you have Lyme on your recovery as well. Anyway, I'm sending my love to you guys and I hope you're all well. And thank you again for all of the support, all of the love, all of the financial support. You know, I continue to be so grateful for folks and the role that they're helping to play in my recovery. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sending my love. Happy Monday, guys.